So I think I've figured something out, and while I'm out of town and I'm not able to report on new and current leaks, I have to make videos that are kind of timeless. I thought now would be a good time to upload one of those videos where I say, I think I know why a lot of you are upset with me, and why a lot of you may not like the type of content I create. And this may be a bit more complex than you think, so sit down, relax, let's pick our brains for a little bit. When I tell people what profession I have, I usually don't try to say YouTuber because that usually results in everyone just saying, how do you make money with that? How does that work? Or they just imagine you living in your parents' attic and uploading cringy videos and you don't have anything going on with your life, which for a big piece of my life, that was exactly right. I used to call myself a tech journalist because that sounds a bit more official, right? Journalism. I'm reporting on tech, I'm commenting on tech, I'm reporting on it. So that seems a bit more sophisticated, and that's what a lot of people on YouTube would classify their job as, or on Twitter, or even if you're just writing blogs. Tech journalism seems like a pretty standard, understandable name for yourself. But I recently had a very long phone call with Front Page Tech. We recorded a tech podcast, had a good time, had some great laughs, got to know each other better, and then after wrapping it up, we talked a lot about our personal lives and what we do and what we are on YouTube. And he brought up this great point that he doesn't consider himself a tech journalist. The reason why, and I think he had a great point that I also agree with, is we are not in the field. We are not like Venya Geskin reaching out to certain companies asking for insider information on the next iPhone or reporting at all of these actual events what exactly is going down. Maybe that's a better definition for journalism. Just reporting on the facts, what is going on, and here's what you need to know. Whereas these channels, there is definitely a bit of that, but I think the reason so many of you get upset at me when I don't like the Vivo Nex or the Oppo Find X is because I'm not really doing that to you. I'm watching a bunch of other people talk about the Oppo Find X or write about the Vivo Nex and say what it has, what it can do. I'm taking in all that information, and then when I upload a video to Tailosive Tech, it is not, here is what the Oppo Find X is. It is, this is why the Oppo Find X is a bad idea. This is why the Vivo Nex is a bad idea. It's my take on it. It's very, very opinionated, and as you guys know with my channel, that is kind of the point. I'm biased towards a certain company, but that also goes into factor when I'm reporting on things that are not Apple, which I still really enjoy doing. I like talking about the Pixelbook or about the Google products that are coming out this year or the Microsoft products, and just because I have a bias towards one type of company, I don't think that means I can't comment on others. What I think this is really healthy for on YouTube is even if you disagree with me, you can come to my channel and be thinking, this is what an Apple sheep or someone who really likes Apple thinks of this type of product. So when you're thinking, hey, the Surface laptop has all these ports that a MacBook doesn't have, why would an Apple sheep try to defend the MacBook? What is the reasoning there? Hopefully you can come to my channel and start to understand that reasoning. Maybe not agree, but you can at least start to get it. You can start to say, okay, well, he likes having all those Thunderbolt 3 ports because he can convert those into a vast array of different types of ports. He can have 3 monitors at once while charging, while having Ethernet, while charging his phone, while connected to an external hard drive. That's what he appreciates about having all those Thunderbolt 3 ports. So he's okay with not having the traditional USB port or the traditional SD card slot. I think he's wrong for liking those things, but I can see where he's coming from. And perhaps the better term for people like me on YouTube is tech analyst, because I'm not really just reporting and spewing out the tech specs of new products to you, though that is part of my videos. Really the meat, the part you all click on my videos for, is seeing what I personally think with my Apple preferred mind of certain products, whether they be Apple focused or Android focused, Microsoft focused, or my Samsung focused. You want to see my perspective on things, even if you don't agree with it. And I honestly think this is a good thing to have. I think really big channels on YouTube that have millions and millions of subscribers get early access to certain products that everyday people don't get. They can get iPhones early, they can get iMacs early, they can get Android phones before anyone else gets them. Then they have that exclusive access, which brings them all these clicks and all these views, which continues to grow their channel. So it's kind of a snowball when you get to that size. But if you're a growing YouTube channel and you're rising up, and while I'm very amazed, Tailosive Tech has been able to rake up to 100,000 subscribers and we get verified now, that still doesn't really grant me any sneak peek access at any companies. Doesn't mean I make enough money that I can just buy every single smartphone that comes out or every single computer that comes out and talk about it. We make good money, but we don't make that much. And that means that we cannot rely on $10,000 drop test videos to grow our channel. On Tailosive Tech, we have to rely on our analysis, our opinions and our deep thinking on certain topics in order to grow our channel, because that's pretty much all we got. Apple's not approaching me and giving me iPhones early. Oppo's not approaching me, definitely after what I've said, in giving me products early. For one, probably because I'm biased and they know that's a bad idea, but for two, just because I'm a very small channel and reporting on that here is not going to give them that much publicity. So I think it makes a lot of sense that the channels that are growing up, that are succeeding, all kind of have this in common, relying on the opinion of the presenter for the meat of the show and not necessarily just telling you what the tech specs are. This is an iPhone. It has an OLED display. They call it the iPhone 10. It doesn't have a headphone jack. You can decide whether or not that's a good thing. If we did that, I don't think we would ever grow. I definitely remember making lots of tech videos for over a year on this channel, and I was trying to be fair. I was trying to be balanced. I wasn't trying to be opinionated or anything, and no one cared. We were stuck at 32 subscribers for well over 12 months, and it never really went anywhere. I was just uploading to the dark, literally getting 0 views on each video. That's not an exaggeration, literally 0. The only time I started to rake up views was when I started to go controversial. Not necessarily uploading things that I just knew everyone would hate. It was more about uploading content that I genuinely believed and supported. Everyone was hating on the iPhone 6s battery case. That was the first video I made that kind of went viral. By viral, I mean people I didn't know started to watch it. And that was the day I kind of decided, you know what? Everyone's hating on this thing, just like everyone always hates on Apple. And for once, I'm gonna go ahead and defend it. I don't care about the dislikes. I've got an audience of 30 subscribers. What do I have to lose? I've got nothing to lose here. So that was when things finally started to pick up, and that's how you're here today. It was from me being opinionated. So to the people who don't like my channel, who are constantly saying, Drew, you gotta be more fair on these devices. Why can't you give credit to originality? At least the Oppo and Vivo Nex don't have a notch. To me, it's kind of from the perspective of an axe made of wood, while it is original and unique, does not make it useful. And just because something is original and unique and it's never been done before does not necessarily make it good. You can be original and bad. And I personally genuinely believe that both the Vivo Nex and Oppo Find X are bad products. They are not worth the price. You should not buy them. That's not really me just being hard on them because they don't have an Apple logo. I tried to, at least in my video, explain to you the problems of investing in these phones and all the cons there is when making so many compromises just because you don't want a notch. That's my genuine opinion, and preaching that genuine opinion to you guys and being a tech analyst and not a tech journalist has really been what's grown my channel, and that means I'm gonna keep doing it because it seems to be working. And I'd like to send that message out to people who tell me to constantly stop being so biased. If you expect to grow your channel, if you expect to have credibility, you have to be more fair towards other products. You can't always be leaning towards Apple. To which I respond, the only way my channel can grow, the only way I can keep having people coming back to my channel and have interest in what I have to say is if I have true credibility in my bias towards Apple. If you guys can keep coming back to me and know that I'm telling you what I believe. Not necessarily that I'm always right, just that I am telling you my honest opinion, not trying to find an answer that will please everyone, and I don't want to trigger the most amount of people. No, if I believe something and I agree with it, I am going to say it no matter how many people it upsets, and that's worked out for my channel pretty well so far. Ever since that day I uploaded the iPhone 6s battery case video, there's never been a single day in Tailosive Tech history, which has now been 3-4 years, that we have lost subscribers. Every single day we finish with more subscribers than what we started with. So this tactic is working. I appreciate your guys' critical feedback, but that's why I think a lot of you guys don't like me. And by the way, I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me that you don't like it. You're not required to watch this channel. I think that there are plenty of other channels out there that will do exactly what you want and try to find the easiest thing to say, the safest thing to say, and trigger the least amount of people. All those channels are out there and they have millions of subscribers. So there's plenty of that. But when it comes to tech analysts and opinionated videos, I think that's what people are coming to me for, and I think that's what's allowing my channel to grow. So hope you guys can understand that. Love to hear your thoughts on this subject in the comments below. Do you agree, or do you not like me just because I have a very punchable face and I use a lot of jump cuts? I get that, understandable, but please let me know in the comments below. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you in the next one.